New healthy newborn life is being poured into me, and I am being filled with new, healthy newborn life. Enormously strong newborn life is pouring into my head. An enormously strong young soul is being born in me. An enormously strong, healthy spirit is being born within me. An immensely enormous, strong, healthy spirit is being born within me. An invincible, healthy spirit is being born within me. I am trying to understand it as deeply as I can. An invincible, healthy spirit is being born within me. The healthy spirit brings forth healthy thoughts. The healthy spirit brings forth healthy thoughts. An enormously strong life-creating newborn life is being poured into my head. An enormously strong young soul is being born within me. An invincible, healthy spirit is being born within me. The healthy spirit creates life. The healthy spirit gives birth to healthy, cheerful thoughts. The healthy spirit brings forth healthy, cheerful thoughts. The healthy spirit brings forth healthy, cheerful thoughts. The healthy spirit gives birth to new, renewed, healthy, cheerful, happy thoughts. An enormously strong life-creating newborn life is being poured into my head. An enormously strong newborn, young, innocent soul is being born within me. A healthy, cheerful, innocent soul is being born within me. A cheerful, happy young soul is being born within me. The newborn young soul brings forth a young, healthy, strong head. The young soul gives birth to a healthy, strong head. The invincible, healthy, young soul gives birth to a strong, healthy head, gives birth to new, healthy, happy thoughts, new, young, youthful thoughts, new, young, youthful thoughts. The whole soul is filled with bright, healthy, cheerful thoughts. The whole soul is filled with bright, healthy, happy thoughts. An enormously strong, youthful soul fills my head with colossal life energy. Huge colossal life energy is pouring into all of my brain mechanisms. Huge colossal life force is pouring into all of my brain mechanisms. Huge colossal life force is pouring into all the brain mechanisms. All the brain mechanisms are born healthy and strong. The young soul produces healthy brain mechanisms. The healthy spirit gives birth to healthy brain mechanisms. The healthy spirit gives birth to strong, healthy nerves. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong nervous system. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong, robust nervous system. A colossal strength of spirit is being born within me. A colossal strength of spirit is being born within me. An invincible, healthy spirit is being born within me. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong body. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong, stout head. An enormously strong young soul is being born within me. An invincible, strong young soul is being born within me. A playful, cheerful young soul is being born within me. A playful, newborn, young, happy soul is being born within me. Total dominance of spirit over body is being born. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong head. The healthy spirit gives birth to healthy, cheerful, happy thoughts. The healthy spirit gives birth to cheerful, happy thoughts. An immense, colossal, life-creating newborn life permeates my head. A colossal energy of life permeates my head. My head is permeated with colossal and irrepressible energy of youth. The healthy spirit gives birth to young, healthy, happy thoughts. A healthy, young, playful soul is being born within me. A cheerful, happy, playful, big soul is being born within me. A newborn, a smidge, a youthful, innocent soul is being born within me. A newborn, youthful, irrepressible, healthy soul is being born within me. An irrepressible, healthy spirit is being born within me. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong head. An enormously strong young soul gives birth to energetic, strong brain mechanisms, gives birth to energetic, strong brain mechanisms, gives birth to energetic, strong, healthy brain and spinal cord. The healthy young soul gives birth to a healthy, strong, robust nervous system, gives birth to a healthy, strong head. My head is filled with colossal, irrepressible energy of youth. An energetic, strong head is being born. An energetic, strong head is being born. An immensely strong, life-creating newborn life permeates my head. A newborn, young, courageous, strong-willed, daring soul is being born within me. I can control my thoughts and my feelings. I know firmly for a fact that I can control my thoughts, I can control my feelings. Total dominance of the spirit over thoughts is being born. Total dominance of the spirit over feeling is being born. An immensely strong young soul is being born within me. An invincible, healthy young soul is being born in me. A cheerful, playful, young soul is being born in me. A newborn, youthful, innocent, cheerful, happy, playful soul is being born within me. A merry twinkle shines in my eye. A sunny, bright, spring-like smile on my face. The youthful soul gives birth to a youthful, beautiful, and innocent face. The young soul gives birth to a young, handsome, innocent face. The young soul gives birth to young, innocent, beautiful eyes, strong-willed and intelligent eyes. An enormous strength of spirit shines in my eyes. Total dominance of the spirit over thoughts is being born. I have total control over my thoughts and my feelings. I have total control over my state. I am a person with a strong will, an all-conquering strong will. Strong will shines in my eyes. An immense strength of spirit shines in my eyes. And all of the people who deal with me are aware of the strength in me. A strong will and bold spirit is being born within me. A courageous, bold soul is being born within me. I am born a bold, self-assured person. I dare to do anything and I can do anything. Total dominance of spirit over body. Total dominance of spirit over thoughts is being born. The healthy spirit gives birth to a healthy, strong, robust body. The healthy spirit gives birth to a strong, healthy, Herculean body. I am filled with mighty, healthy, Herculean strength. An immensely strong young soul turns me into a born-again young person, possessed of immense strength. Herculean strength is being born within me at this moment. Herculean strength is being born within my soul. Herculean strength is being born within me. An immense life-giving newborn life is pouring into my head. An invincible healthy spirit is being born within me. A healthy spirit creates life. The healthy spirit gives birth to young, youthful, cheerful thoughts. Cheerful, happy, healthy thoughts. All my soul is filled with happy, cheerful, healthy, happy thoughts. I am being born cheerful, energetic, cheerful, A cheerful fire flickers in my eyes. A sunny bright spring light smile is on my face. The soul is singing from happiness and the joy of life. All of my internal organs have become more cheerful, more joyful, and more cheerful, energetic. Joy and good cheer fill my heart. Joy and good cheer fill my heart. The young soul gives birth to a cheerful, happy heart. A cheerful, laughing heart. A cheerful heart, roaring with laughter. The healthy spirit gives birth to a strong and healthy young heart. The healthy spirit gives birth to a Herculean, healthy heart. A hugely strong Herculean heart is being born. The heart is keenly aware of its Herculean strength. I am running. I am flying like a bird. My breath is light and free. I am running. I am flying on wings like a bird. I am keenly aware of my youthfulness. I am keenly aware of my Herculean strength. A newborn, youthful, innocent soul is being born within me. An immensely strong, youthful soul is being born within me. An invincible, healthy, youthful soul is being born within me. An invincible, healthy young soul is being born within me. The healthy spirit creates life. The healthy spirit gives birth to youthful, healthy, cheerful, happy thoughts. The soul is filled with cheerful, happy, youthful thoughts. I am keenly and clearly aware of myself as newborn, young, cheerful, and happy. The soul is filled with bright dreams of future happiness. An invincible strong spirit is being born within me. An immense strength of spirit is being born within me. Total dominance of spirit over body. Total dominance of spirit over thought is born within me. The total healthy spirit gives birth to healthy, cheerful thoughts. The healthy spirit gives birth to healthy, cheerful thoughts. I am young, cheerful, invincibly healthy, 30 years and beyond, 50 years on and beyond. I will be young, cheerful, invincibly healthy. In 100 years' time and beyond, I will be a young, cheerful, invincibly healthy Herculean with a powerful physique. With my inner vision, I see ever more clearly and vividly myself in 30 years' time, in 50 years' time, and further on as young, cheerful, invincibly healthy person, and it fills me with the joy of life. My life is ever more cheerful, joyful. A merry twinkle shines in my eyes. My whole body exudes colossal energy. I am filled with colossal, inexhaustible energy of youth. Okay, guys, that is the end of the tuning reading. Now I can talk to you all. I see you, Sandra. I do not think that you are frozen. My screen is just as a screenshot up because I was recording a video for YouTube. And of course, as always, life is flavorful and my dog starts barking right at the very end. But 'tis is life, my friends, right? Thank you, beloved. Really needed this today. You are welcome, big soul. You are welcome, Michael. I figured it would be good to come here and record that. Plus, Jacques really, Jacques said he needed some reading time. I don't know if you all want me to continue reading. That was a tuning, so that just flowed on its own. But if you all would like me to continue reading from a book that is called Truth, I can. So just let me know what you think. Guys, make sure you grab Marley's Mama. I believe that's what your name is, right? Marley's Mama. You fell asleep. It was wonderful. Thank you, Jacques, darling. I know we are going to be on the Purple Vibe Live tonight at 8:30. So that will be our fun time. I don't know if you all are going to join me or not. But we will be over there. I do think I want to read a little bit from the book, from the Trust book. What do you guys think? Let me see. All right, read some more. Okay. I was trying to find it. Okay. Let's see. I am not saying that a person who has no intelligence cannot become successful, cannot become famous, but still he will remain a phony. And that is the misery. You can become famous, but if you are a phony, you live in misery. You don't know what blessing life is showering on you, and you will never know. You do not have enough intelligence to know. You will never see the beauty of existence because you don't have the sensitivity to know it. You will never see the sheer miracle that surrounds you, that crosses your path in a million ways every day. You will never see it because to see it, you need a tremendous capacity to understand, to feel, and to be. This society is a power-oriented society. This society is still utterly primitive, utterly barbarous. A few people, politicians, priests, and professors, a few people are dominating millions, and this society is run in such a way that no child is allowed to have intelligence. It is a sheer accident that even every once in a while that a Buddha is born. A sheer accident. Somehow, once in a while, a person escapes from the clutches of the society. Once in a while, a person remains unpoisoned by society. This must be because of some error, some mistake of the society. Otherwise, society succeeds in destroying your roots, in destroying your trust in yourself. And once that is done, you will never be able to trust anybody. Once you are incapable of loving yourself, you will never be able to love anybody. That is an absolute truth. There are no exceptions to it. You can love others only if you are able to love yourself. But society condemns self-love. It says that it's selfishness. It says that it is narcissistic. Yes, self-love can become narcissistic, but it is not necessarily so. It can become narcissistic if it never moves beyond itself. It can become a kind of selfishness if it becomes confined to yourself. Otherwise, self-love is the beginning of all other. A person who loves himself sooner or later starts overflowing with love. A person who trusts himself cannot distrust anybody, even those who are going to deceive him, even those who have already deceived him. Yes, he cannot even distrust them because he knows trust is far more valuable than anything else. You can cheat a person, but in what have you cheated them? You can take some money or something else from him, but the man who knows the beauty of trust will not be distracted by these small things. He will still love you. He will still trust you. And then a miracle happens. If a man really trusts you, it is impossible for you to cheat him. It's almost impossible. It happens every day in your life. Whenever you trust somebody, it becomes impossible for him to cheat you, to deceive you. Sitting on a platform in a railway station, you don't know the person who's sitting by your side. They're a stranger, a complete stranger, and you say to them, "Hey, can you watch my luggage? I have to go up to the ticket counter. Can you please just watch my luggage?" And then you go. You trust an absolute stranger. But it almost never happens that that stranger deceives you. He could have deceived you if you had not trusted him. Trust has a certain magic to it. How can he deceive you now that you have trusted him? How can he fall so low? He will never be able to forgive himself if he deceives you. There is an intrinsic quality in human consciousness to trust and to be trusted. Everybody enjoys being trusted. It is respect for the other person. And when you trust a stranger, it is more so. There is no reason to trust him, and still you trust him. You raise the man to such a high pedestal. You value the man so much. It is also impossible for him to fall from that height. And if he falls, he will never be able to forgive himself. He will have to carry the weight of the guilt his whole life. One who trusts himself comes to know the beauty of it. They come to know the more that you trust yourself, the more you blossom. The more you are in a state of let go and relaxation. the more you are settled and serene, the more you are calm, cool, and quiet. And it is so beautiful that you start trusting more and more people, because the more you trust, the more your calmness deepens, your coolness goes deeper and deeper to the very core of your being. And the more you trust, the more you soar high. One who can trust will sooner or later know the logic of trust. And then one day he is bound to try to trust the unknown. Start trusting yourself. That is the first thing. That is the work here. To destroy the distrust that has been created in you about yourself. To destroy all condemnation that has been imposed on you. To take it away from you and to give you a feeling that you are loved and respected. Loved by existence. God created you because He loved you. He loved you so much that He could not resist the temptation to create you. When a painter paints, he paints because he loves. When a poet composes a song, it is because he loves it. God has painted you, sung you, and danced you. God loved you. And if you don't see any meaning in the word God, do not be worried. Call it existence. Call it the whole. Existence loves you, otherwise you would not be here. Relax into your being. You are cherished by the whole. That's why the whole goes on breathing in you, pulsating in you. Once you start feeling this tremendous respect and love and trust of the whole in you, you will start growing roots in your being. You will trust yourself. And only then can you trust me. Only then can you trust your friends, your children, your husband, your wife. Only then can you trust the trees and the animals and the stars and the moon. Then one simply lives in trust. It is no longer a question of trusting this or that. One simply trusts. And to trust is simply to be religious. It is not just accidental that priests are against me, politicians are against me, parents are against me. The whole establishment is against me. It is not accidental. I can understand the absolutely clear logic of it. I am trying to undo what they have done. I am sabotaging the whole program of this slavery society. My effort is to create rebels, and the beginning of the rebel is to trust in oneself. If I can help you trust in yourself, I have helped you. Nothing else needs to be done. Everything else follows on its own accord. How's everybody doing? I'm going to continue reading now. Doubt is your friend. Inquiry is a risk. It is moving into the unknown. One does not know what is going to happen. One leaves everything that one is acquainted with, is comfortable with, and one moves into the unknown, not even perfectly certain whether there is anything on the other shore, or even whether there is another shore. So people cling either to theism, or those who are a little stronger, the intellectual life, they cling to atheism, but both are escaping from doubt. And the escape from doubt is to escape from inquiry. Because what is doubt? It is only a question mark. It is not your enemy. It is simply a question mark within you, which prepares you to inquire. So doubt is your friend. Faith is afraid of doubt. Afraid because it has repressed it. Whenever you repress, you will remain afraid of, because it is always there deep inside you, waiting to take revenge. And whenever the opportunity arises, it's going to explode in you with vengeance. Your faith sits on an earthquake, and every day the doubt becomes stronger, because every day you have to suppress it. Sooner or later, it is more than you can repress. It is more powerful than your faith. Then it simply throws your faith away. But trust is not afraid of doubt, because trust is not against doubt. Trust uses doubt. Trust knows how to use the energy contained in doubt itself. That's the difference between faith and trust. Faith is false. It creates a pseudo-like religion. It creates hypocrites. Trust has a sublime beauty and truth about it. It grows through doubt. It uses doubt as manure. It transforms doubt. Doubt is a friend. Doubt is not an enemy. And unless your trust has moved through many doubts, it will remain impotent. From where will it gather strength? From where will it gather integration? If there is no challenge, it is bound to remain weak. Doubt is a challenge. If your trust can respond to challenge, can befriend your doubt, it will grow through it. And you will not be a split person. Deep down, doubting, and just on the surface, faithful and believing, you will have a kind of unity, and you will be an individual, undivided. And that individuality is what is called soul in old religions. The soul is arrived at through doubt, not through believing. Belief is just a mask. You are hiding your original face. Trust is a transformation. You are becoming more illuminated. And because you are using doubt as a challenge, as an opportunity, there is never any repression. Slowly, doubt disappears because its energy has been taken by trust. Doubt, in fact, is nothing but trust growing. Doubt is trust on the way. Always think of doubt in such a way that doubt is trust on the way. Doubt begets an inquiry, and trust is the fulfillment of the inquiry. Doubt is the question, and trust is the answer. The answer is not against the question. There will be no possibility of any answer if there is no question. The question has created the occasion for the answer to happen. So please never feel guilty around me. I am utterly against any kind of guilt. Guilt is absolutely wrong, but it has been used by the priests and the politicians and the Puritans down the ages for centuries. Guilt is a strategy to exploit people, to make them feel guilty. Once you have succeeded in making them feel guilty, they will be your slave. Because of the guilt, they will never be integrated enough. Because of the guilt, they will remain divided. Because of the guilt, they will never be able to accept themselves. They will always condemning. Because of the guilt, they will be ready to believe in anything just to get rid of the guilt. They will do anything, any nonsense ritual they will perform just to get rid of the guilt. Down the centuries, the priests have made people guilty. All the so-called religious exist on your guilt. They don't exist on the existence of God. They have nothing to do with God, and God has nothing to do with them. They exist on your guilt. You are afraid. You know what? You know that you are wrong, and you have to seek the help of somebody who is not wrong. And you know that you are unworthy, and you have to bow down. You have to serve those who are worthy. You know that you can't trust yourself because you are divided. Only an undivided person can trust himself, his feelings, his intuition. You are always shaking and trembling inside. You need somebody to lean on. And once you lean on somebody, once you become dependent on somebody, you remain childish and never grow. Your mental age remains that of a child. You never attain to any maturity. You never become independent. And the priest does not want you to become independent. Independent, and you're lost to him. Dependent, and you are his whole marketplace. You are his whole business. I am utterly against any kind of guilt. Remember it always. If you start feeling guilty about something around me, then you are doing it on your own. Then you are still carrying the voices of your parents and the priests within you. You have not yet heard me. You have not yet listened to me. I want you to be totally free of guilt. Once you are free of guilt, you are a religious person. That's my definition of a religious person. Use doubt. Doubt is beautiful because it is only through doubt that trust attains to maturity. How can it be otherwise? It has to be beautiful. It is only through doubt that the trust becomes centered. It is only through doubt that the trust flowers and blooms. It is the dark night of doubt that brings the golden morning closer to you. The dark night is not against the dawn. The dark night is the womb for the dawn. The dawn is getting ready in the very being of the dark night. Think of doubt and trust as complementary, just as a man and women are. just as night and day, summer and winter, life and death. Always think of those pairs in terms of inevitable complementariness. Never think in terms of opposition. Even though on the surface they seem to be opposed, deep down they are friends, helping each other. Think of a person who has no trust. He will not have any doubt either, because he has nothing to doubt about. Just think of a person who has no trust at all. How can he doubt? What does he have to doubt? Only a man of trust has something to doubt. Because you trust, hence you doubt. Your doubt proves your trust, not otherwise. Think of a person who cannot doubt. How can he trust? If he is even incapable of doubt, how can he be capable of trust? Trust is the highest form of the same energy as doubt. Doubt is the lowest ring of the ladder, and trust is the highest ring of the same ladder. Use doubt and use it joyfully. There is no need to feel guilty at all. It is perfectly human and natural to feel great doubts about me sometimes and great doubts about what is going on here. It is perfectly human. There is nothing extraordinary in it. If it doesn't happen, then something seems to be abandoned. But remember that one has reached to the trust. Use doubt, but don't forget the goal. Don't forget the highest ring of the ladder is trust. Even if you are standing at the lowest, look to the highest. You have to reach there. In fact, doubt is pushing you towards that because nobody can feel at ease with doubt. Have you not watched it? When there is doubt, there is uneasiness. Don't change the uneasiness. Don't interpret the uneasiness as guilt. Yes, uneasiness is there because doubt means you are uncertain of the ground you are standing on. Doubt means you are ambiguous. Doubt means you are not yet a unity. How can you be at ease? You are a crowd. You are not one person. You are many. How can you be at ease? There must be great noise inside of you. One part pulling you in this direction and the other part into that direction. How can you grow if you are pulled in so many directions simultaneously? There is bound to be unease, tension, anguish, and anxiety. Nobody can live with doubt and in doubt. Doubt pushes you towards trust. Doubt says, go and find a place where you can relax, where you can be totally. Doubt is your friend. It simply says, this is not the home. Go ahead, search, seek, and inquire. It creates the urge to inquire and to explore. Once you start seeing doubt as a friend, as an occasion not against trust, but pushing you towards it, suddenly, guilt disappears. There is great joy, even when you doubt. You doubt joyously. You doubt consciously. And you use doubt to find more trust. It is absolutely normal. Faith is given, trust is a growth. The so-called religious people have never trusted human nature. They talk about trust, but they have never trusted existence. They trust rules and laws. They never trust love. They talk about God, but the talk is just empty talk. They trust in the police and in the courts, and they trust in hellfire. They trust in creating fear and in creating greed. If you are saintly and good and moral, you will have heaven and all the pleasures of paradise. Or if you are not moral, then you will suffer hell's fire and eternally remembered forever and ever. These are fear and greed. They have been manipulating the human mind through fear and greed. They want you to become free of fear and greed, and their whole teaching is rooted in it. They don't trust. Belief is from the head and trust is from the heart. These qualities are different, altogether different, diametrically opposed. Never become part of a belief system. When you become a part of a belief system, you are becoming a slave. Doubt and belief are not different. They are two sides of the same coin. This has to be understood first, because people think that when they believe that they have gone beyond doubt. Belief is the same as doubt because both are mind concerns. Your mind argues and says no, find more proof to enable you to say yes, so you doubt. Then your mind finds arguments to say yes, proof to say yes, and you believe. But in both cases, you believe in reason. In both cases, you believe in argument. The difference is just on the surface, but deep down, you believe in the reasoning. Trust is dropping the reasoning. It is mad. It is irrational. It's absurd. And remember, trust is not faith. Trust is a personal encounter. Faith is given. Faith is again given and borrowed. It is a conditioning. Faith is a conditioning that your parents, your culture, and your society gave you. You don't bother about it. You don't make it a personal concern. It's a given thing. And that which is given, which has not been a personal growth in you, is just a facade. It is a false face, a Sunday face. On the sixth day, you are one way, and then you enter the church and you put on a mask. See how people behave in church so gently and humanly? The same people, even a murderer comes to church and prays, and you can see his face, and it looks so beautiful and innocent. And this man has killed people in church. If you have a proper face to use and you know how to use it, it has been a conditioning. From the very childhood, it has been given to you. Faith is given, trust is a growth. When you cannot understand, when you are ignorant, the whole society says, have faith. I will say to you that it is better to doubt than to have false faith. It is better to doubt because doubt will create misery. Faith is a consolation, but doubt will create misery. And if there is misery, you will have to seek trust. This is the problem, the dilemma that has happened in the world. Because of faith, you have forgotten how to seek trust. Because of faith, you have become trustless. Because of faith, you carry corpse. Because of faith, you think you are religious. Then the inquiry stops. Honest doubt is better than dishonest faith. If your faith is false, and all faith is false if you have not grown into it. If it is not your feeling and your being and your experience, all faith is false. Be honest, doubt, suffer. Only suffering will bring you to understanding. If you suffer truly one day or another, you will understand that it is doubt that is making you suffer. And then the transformation becomes possible. Your faith is false. Doubt is hidden deep down, just on the surface. A whitewash of faith is there. Deep down you are doubtful, but you are afraid to know that you are doubtful. So you go on clinging to faith. You go on making gestures of faith. You can make gestures, but through gestures you cannot attain to reality. You can go and bow down in a shrine. You can make gestures to people you trust, but you will not grow because deep down there is no trust, only doubt. Faith is just superimposed. It is just like kissing a person you don't love. From the outside, everything looks the same. You are making the gesture of kissing. No scientist can find any difference. If you kiss a person, the photograph, the philosophical phenomenon, the transfer of a million germs from one lip to another, everything is exactly the same whether you love or not. If a scientist watches and observes, what will be the difference? No difference, not even a single iota of difference. The scientist will say that both of these kisses are exactly the same. But you know that when you love a person, then something of the invisible passes between you that cannot be detected by an instrument. When you don't love a person, then you can give the kiss, but nothing passes between you. No energy communication. No communication happens. The same is with faith and trust. Trust is a kiss with love. With a deeply loving heart, and faith is a kiss without love. So from where to begin? The first thing is to inquire into the doubt. Throw out false faith. Become an honest doubter, sincere. Your sincerity will help, because if you are honest, how can you miss the point that doubt creates suffering? If you are insincere, you are bound to know. Sooner or later, you will come to realize that doubt has been creating more misery. The more you go into doubt, the more miserable. And one grows only through misery. When you come to a point where misery becomes impossible to tolerate, intolerable, you drop it. Not that you really drop it. The very intolerable becomes the drop. And once you have suffered through it and there is no doubt, you start moving towards trust. Whenever you are trusting, you will be relaxed. And whenever you allow any doubt, you will become tense in the heart, because the heart relaxes with trust and shrinks with doubt. Ordinarily, people are not aware of it. In fact, they continually remain shrunken and contract at the heart. So they have forgotten how it feels to be relaxed there. Knowing no opposite, they think that everything is okay. But out of 100 people, 99 live with a contracted heart. The more you are in the head, the more the heart contracts. When you are not in the head, the heart opens like a lotus flower, and it is tremendously beautiful when it opens. Then you are really alive, and the heart is relaxed. But the heart can only be relaxed in trust and in love. With suspicious, with doubt, the mind enters. Doubt is the door of the mind. It is like bait. You go fishing and you put out bait. Doubt is the bait for your mind. Once you are caught in doubt, you are caught with the mind. So when doubt comes, it is not worth it. I am not saying that your body, I am not saying that your doubt is always wrong. That I am not saying. I'm the last person to say that. Your doubt may be perfectly right. But then too, it is wrong, because it destroys your heart and it is not worth it. For example, you are staying in a strange room with somebody, a stranger, and you have doubts as to whether he is a thief or unreliable. Is it okay to sleep with this man in the room, even if he is a robber or even if he is a murderer? Then too the doubt is not worthwhile. It is better to die in trust than to live in doubt. It is better to be robbed in trust than to become a millionaire in doubt. A person who robs your riches robs nothing. But if you doubt, you lose your heart. So when I say trust, I don't mean that trust will always prove right. I'm not saying that. Many times, trust will put you in many difficult situations, because the more you trust, the more vulnerable you become. And the more you trust, the more you become a victim of people who are ready to deceive. They want trusting people. Otherwise, they will not be able to deceive anybody. But still I say, be deceived. This is not as costly as being doubtful. If one has to choose, and there are only two alternatives, to be deceived or to be doubtful, it is better to be deceived. Once this is decided, then doubt can't catch you. Doubt is powerful because it gives you cleverness. Doubt is powerful because it says to you, you will be unprotected. I will protect you, the doubt says. I am not against trust. Trust, but first observe. First be doubtful, then trust. When you are convinced that there is no possibility of being deceived, then trust. Doubt never says, I am against trust. No, doubt always says, in fact, I'm trying to help you find someone to trust, and I'm just a servant to you. If you just listen to me, you will be able to find somebody who you can trust. But you'll never find the right person, because once you have become accustomed to doubt, it is a chronic thing. Even if you come face to face with God Himself, you will continue doubting. It has nothing to do with the person outside. It is just that you have a habit. You cannot relax it immediately. If you have been protecting it and watching it and feeding it for your whole life, then you may struggle putting it aside. Many times, trust will create very insecure situations, and it will lead you on dangerous paths, and you will become more vulnerable, and you can become easily cheated and deceived. But still I say that whatsoever the cost, trust is the only treasure to be protected. And when you understand this, your heart will immediately show you if something is going wrong with your system. You will be able to feel trust and doubt and their impact on you. Whenever you feel that something is contracting in your heart, immediately look inside. Doubt has arisen somewhere. Somewhere you have lost connection with your trust. Somewhere you are no longer in tune with life. You have become separate. Doubt separates and trust unites. And when you are united, the heart flows well in a rhythm, harmonious. That's what I call being holy. To be in the heart and the heart flowering. That's what a holy man is. To be in the head, calculating and clever, is to be unholy. How's everybody doing? Would you all like me to continue reading? Okay. Give me one moment. You said it's fabulous. I'm going to read this next chapter and then I'm going to stop. And when I stop, I'm just going to end the live. Okay? And then when I pick up again on this live in the Beloved Oracle live, I will begin reading Worthy and Unworthy, okay? So we're going to work our way through this book as a team, if you all don't mind. And again, if for all of you who are wondering, this is a book called Trust, and it's by Osho, O-S-H-O. Trust cannot be cultivated. The hypocrite is the most immoral person there is, because he pretends one thing and he is something else. He has a face to show people and a different reality hiding behind him. He lives through masks. He has destroyed the natural, the spontaneous, because he believes in cultivation, in civilizing. He believes that people should be forced to be good. Now, there is no way to force anybody to be good. In fact, If you force anybody to be good, you're forcing him to be bad. If he has any guts, he will rebel against you. If he has any intelligence, he will react against you. He will become just the opposite of what you wanted him to be. Unless obedience comes from your inner being, out of love and trust, it is ugly. But when it comes from within your heart, it is not obedience at all. You are not following anybody else. You are following yourself. A cultivated trust will not be trust. It will be false. It will be insecure and insincere. It will just be on the surface. It will never touch your center. Whatsoever is cultivated remains superficial, because whatsoever is cultivated remains of the mind. Trust cannot be cultivated, just as love cannot be cultivated. You cannot teach people how to love. Dangerous will be the days when people are taught how to love, because they will learn the lesson, they will repeat it accurately, and it will be technological, but it will not be of the heart. Anything that belongs to the depth has come out of its own accord. Then what to do? The only thing that can be done is to remove hindrances. Trust cannot be bought out. Hindrances can be removed. When there is no hindrance, it comes, it flows. Trust cannot be cultivated. Doubts can be dropped. So one has to understand the doubting mind, the very mechanism of doubt and why you doubt. One has to see through and through why one doubts, because doubt is the hindrance. When doubt disappears, suddenly trust is there. It has always been there. Only a rock was hindering the path, and then the fountain could not flow. You come with trust. Every child is born with trust. Every child is trusting. So trust need not be cultivated. That's how everybody is born. It is inbuilt. You are trusting. But by and by, the child learns how to doubt. We teach, in fact, the society, the family, the school, the university. They all teach how to doubt. Because unless you doubt, you cannot be very clever and cunning. Unless you doubt, you cannot be left in this great world of competition. You will be destroyed. So doubt has to be learned. And once you learn it, by and by, trust is forgotten. It remains deep within you, but you cannot reach to it. Too many obstacles. You cannot cultivate it. It cannot be taught. The only thing is you have to reverse the process. You have learned doubt. Now unlearn it. Trust was there, trust is there, and trust will be there. All that has to be done is to be done with doubt. Nothing is to be done with trust. Why do you doubt? Why are you so afraid? Because doubt means fear. Whenever you love somebody, you don't doubt, because fear disappears. Whenever there is love, fear is not. But when you don't love, you doubt. And when you don't know a person, you doubt more. A stranger, then you doubt even more. Unfamiliar, unknowing, you doubt even more. Whenever there is fear, there is doubt. Deep down, doubt is fear. If you go still deeper, doubt is death, because you are afraid of death. And it seems that everybody is trying to kill you, fighting, everybody, competitive, everybody trying to push you aside and dethrone you. Doubt is death. The whole mechanism has to be understood. Then what to do? Why is one afraid of death? You've never known death. You may have to see somebody else dying, but you've never seen death. When somebody is dying, do you really know that he is dying? Or is he simply disappearing into another world? Doubt is without base. Fear is without base. And it is just an assumption of the mind. When somebody dies, you think he's dying, or simply disappearing into another world, moving to another plane of life, or to another body. You will have to know it in deep meditation. When thinking stops suddenly, you see that you are separate from the body. So I don't say trust first, I say meditate first. This is the difference between meditation and prayer. People who teach prayer, they say, trust first, otherwise, how can you pray? Trust is needed as a basic condition, otherwise, how can you pray? If you don't trust God, how can you pray? I teach meditation because meditation doesn't require trust as a basic necessity. Meditation is a science, not a superstition. Meditation says you experiment with your mind. It is too full of thoughts, and thoughts can be dispersed. The clouds can be dispersed, and you can attain to an empty sky of your internal being. And it needs no trust, just a little courage, a little effort, a little daring, a little persistence, a little perseverance, a little patience. Yes, but no trust. You don't believe in God? That's not a hindrance to meditation. You don't believe in a soul? That's not a hindrance to meditation. You don't believe at all? That is not an obstacle. You can meditate, because meditation simply says how to go withdraw. Whether there is a soul or not doesn't matter. Whether there is a God or not doesn't matter. One thing is certain, that you are. Whether you will be after death or not does not matter. The only thing that matters right this very moment, you are. Who are you? To enter into it is meditation. To go deeper into your own being. Maybe it is just momentary. Maybe you are not eternal. Maybe death finishes everything. We don't make any condition that you have to believe. We say only that you have to experiment. Just try. One day it happened. Thoughts are not there, and suddenly when thoughts disappear, the body and you are separate, because thoughts are the bridge. Through thoughts you are joined with the body. It is the link. Suddenly the link disappears. You are there and the body is there. And there is an infinite abyss between the two. Then you know that the body will die, but you cannot die. Then it is not something like a dogma. It is not a creed. It is an experience, self-evident. On that day, death disappeared. On that day, doubt disappeared. Because you were not always to be defending yourself. Nobody can destroy you. You are indestructible. Then trust arises and overflows. And to be in trust is to be in ecstasy. And to be in trust is to be in God. To be in trust is to be fulfilled. So I don't say cultivate trust. I say experiment with meditation. From another angle, try to understand it. Doubt means thinking. The more you doubt, the more you think. All great thinkers are skeptical. They have to be. Skepticism creates thinking. When you say no, then thinking arises. If you say yes, finish, then there is no need to think. When you say no, then you have to think. Thinking is negative. Doubt is the basic necessity for thinking. People who cannot doubt cannot think. They cannot become great thinkers. So more doubt means more thinking. More thinking means more doubt. Meditation is a way to come out of thinking. Once the clouds of thought are not there, the process of thinking ceases. Even for a single moment, you have a glimpse of your being. One of the greatest thinkers in the West said, "I think, therefore I am." He was the father of modern Western philosophy. I think, therefore I am. Just the opposite has been experienced in the East. The Buddha. They will laugh. They will laugh tremendously. I think, therefore I am, because they say, I don't think, therefore I am. Because when thinking ceases, only then does one know who one is. In a non-thinking state of consciousness, one realizes one's being. It's not by thinking, but by not thinking. Meditation is non-thinking. It is an effort to create a state of no mind. Doubt is mind. In fact, to say doubting mind is wrong. It is repetitive. Mind is doubt. Doubt is mind. When doubt ceases, the mind ceases. And when the mind ceases, doubt ceases. And then self-evident truth arises within you. A pentacle of light, eternity, timelessness, and then there is trust. Right now, how can you trust? Right now, you don't know who you are. How can you trust? And you ask, can trust be cultivated? Never. Never try to cultivate it. Many have done that foolishly. Then they become false, inauthentic, fake people. It is better to be a naysayer, but sincere, because there is at least a possibility through sincerity that someday you may become an authentic yes sayer. But never say yes until it arises from within and overwhelms you. The whole world is full of pseudo-religious people. Churches and temples and mosques are full of religious people. And can't you see the world is absolutely irreligious? With so many religious people, and the world is so irreligious, how is this miracle happening? Everybody is religious, and the total is unreligious. The religion is fake. People have cultivated trust. Trust has become a belief, not an experience. They have been taught to believe. They have not been taught to know. That's where humanity has missed. Never believe. If you cannot trust, it is better to doubt. Because through doubt, someday or another, the possibility will arise. Because you cannot live with doubt eternally. Doubt is disease. It is an illness. In doubt, you can never feel fulfilled. In doubt, you will always tremble. In doubt, you will always remain in anguish and divided and indecisive. In doubt, you will remain in a nightmare. So one day or another, you will start seeking how to go beyond it. So I say it is good to be an atheist rather than be a pseudo-theist. You have been taught to believe. From the very childhood, everybody's mind has been conditioned to believe. Believe in God, believe in the soul, believe in this, believe in that. Now that belief has entered into your bones and your blood, but it remains a belief. You have not known. And unless you know, you cannot be liberated. Knowing liberates. Only knowing liberates. All beliefs are borrowed. Others have given them to you. They are not flowering. And how can a borrowed thing lead you towards the real, the absolutely real? Drop all that you have taken from others. It is better to be a beggar than to be rich. Rich not by your own earnings, but rich through stolen goods, rich through borrowed things, rich through tradition, rich through heritage. No, it is better to be a beggar than to be one's own. That poverty has a richness in it because it is true, and your richness of belief is very poor. Those beliefs can never go very deep. They remain skin deep at the most. Scratch a little and the disbelief comes out. You believe in God, then your business fails and suddenly the disbelief is there. You say, I cannot believe in God. You believe in God and beloved dies, and the disbelief comes up. You believe in God just by the death of your beloved. Your belief was destroyed. Your belief isn't worth that much. Trust can never be destroyed. Once it is there, nothing can destroy it. Nothing, absolutely nothing can destroy it. So remember, there's a great difference between trust and disbelief. Excuse me. So remember, there's a great difference between trust and belief. Trust is personal, belief is social. Trust you have grown in, belief you can remain in. Whatsoever you are, a belief can be imposed on you. Drop beliefs. The fear will be there because if you drop belief, doubt arises. Each belief is forcing doubt somewhere, repressing doubt. Don't be worried about it. Let the doubt come. Everybody has to pass through a dark night before he reaches the sunrise. Everybody has to pass through doubt. Long is the journey. Dark is the night. But when after a long journey and a dark night, the morning arises, then you know it was all worthwhile. Trust cannot be cultivated, and never try to cultivate it. That is what has been done by the whole of humanity. Cultivated trust becomes belief. Discover it within yourself. Don't cultivate it. Go deeper into your being, into your very source, into your very being, and discover it. I want to thank you all for joining me today. This is going to be the end of this live broadcast. You can find more talks on my YouTube channel at BelovedOracleSpeaks.